Hello, Elite FPL community, followers of the show, followers of myself and Jason's rivalry. I just thought I'd do a quick reactory video. I can't be bothered to set up my laptop or anything, so I'm just going to do it on my phone. I got the last few minutes of the Tottenham game of the first half. 0-0, as expected. Tight game. Kane is... yeah, anyway. Yeah, incredible. Finally, a decision that's finally gone my way through my own thought processes. And what I mean by that is that, I do bang on about my pride in the way I predict scores, and I pride myself with my predictions. And usually when with fantasy football, yeah, all right, a lot of the time we usually fall into that category of, well, who's the most likely to be the most highest captain player? So with most people this year, it's Haaland. The year before that, it's Salah. The year before that, Salah. The year before that, Salah. But there are on occasions when you can back another horse and you feel confident that that horse will come through ahead of the popular pick. Now, on a semi-regular basis, I actually go with my gut instinct or my basic research into how I think a player will perform. There's many, in the words of Dredd, these factors that play into my mind. Number one would be, is the player on form? Number two, who is the team that they're playing? Are they what's their form like? Number three, how does the player perform at home / away from home, and so on and so forth. Yes, like last week with Rashford / Shaw, it backfired. But I keep repeating myself that taking Shaw aside, forget Shaw, I always thought Leeds could probably get a goal against Man United. At home at Ellen Road, they didn't. And the fact that Shaw got an assist is just typical, but that's by the by. It's then a case of, do I play Fernandes over Rashford? And we've already gone all over this nonsense. Occasionally this year I have backed against Haaland, and ironically, barring the 1 week where he decides to get a hat-trick, and even then, you look at the game against Fulham that Kane had, where he scores the one goal, doesn't get a single bonus point. You find out the following day that, in fact, Cage Paps was the one on Discord members chat that said, to be words to the effect of, Steve was extremely unlucky here. Kane genuinely could have got at least another goal. So 2 goals. And I said at the time that I felt that Kane was probably the better captaincy pick of ahead of Haaland that particular game. I can't for the life of me think who Haaland got a hat-trick against. But it was just one of those where you just like, I just cannot believe it. When I've actually backed against Haaland, he gets a hat-trick. As Vince Chapman said yesterday, he was doing exceptionally well in the Rivals League. He's 40,000th in the world. He said there was also the other time where you captained Maddison. Haaland got, 2 goals and an assist? Or a hat-trick and assist? I can't remember now. I backed Maddison for the Monday night football game because I felt that Leicester, they were up against, was it against Nottingham Forest or something like that? And I felt that actually that was a better game rather than Haaland up against whoever it was. And okay, Haaland then comes through that with that double-digit scoreline, but then Maddison matches it, barring a point. There was like a point in it or something like that because he got a yellow card. And yeah, I just felt today like finally some justification. I know, I'm not going to lie, I do find it quite patronising. The odd person here or there coming out saying, "Congratulations, Steve-O." If it didn't work out, Haaland gets 2 goals and Rashford blanks. The people that are saying in the morning, i.e. Sunday morning, "Oh, well done to Rashford captainers," they wouldn't be saying that. I just find, again, in this is why I don't really go on Twitter, specifically regarding FPL. It's why I mute everything. And I know I sound like a broken record. I can already hear someone go, "Oh, here he fucking goes again." Yes. Because I'm saying this from a contextual point of view, that a lot of the things that I do are done with logic, but it always seems to backfire. I can't understand why it backfires. Yes, there is the odd time, like I said last week, benching Rashford. Stupid, but I worked out that I missed out on 16 points. Okay, 16 points in the grand scheme of things is a lot, but still, 16 points total I missed out on. Things that I do piss myself off about, and I said it to Vince yesterday, and for anybody that was listening in, I said the worst thing that I do is not backing my own decisions and backing my pieces of paper that I write down. Occasionally I'll write down my transfer thoughts and say this is the player that I want to bring in, and then I don't. I go completely against it. Take this week as an example. Okay, I took a -4 and I missed out on 2 points. So if I hadn't done the -4, I would have been 2 points up. That's it. But what would have even been worse is the fact Martinelli would have been on my bench. I would have benched Martinelli this week because I knew. I had an inkling he'd be benched against Aston Villa, which he was. I know he scored, but it was just by pure fortuitous luck that came through. That he scored had nothing to do with the fact that he went on some mazy run, a 1-2 with whoever, and then put it in the back of the net. No, it's just a complete cock up from Martinez and all the fact that he was at the other end. There's certainly with the Rashford captaincy, I've said all along, like this is what I say this. I seem to say this every year as well. People don't seem to listen to what me and Jason actually say. I don't think anybody listens to anything any streamer says, to be honest with you, regarding fantasy football. They don't listen. I said the reason why, at that time, I said the reason why I'm well, I didn't, because obviously I don't want to tell Jason, but the reason why I'm captain Rashford is because I felt that there was a higher chance of Man United scoring more goals against Leicester than Man City against Nottingham Forest. The form suggested it was going to be a tight game. Haaland away from home is hit or miss. Yes, can he get a double-digit point haul? Yes, he can. I'm aware of that. But I think as a percentage, I think there was a higher chance of Rashford doing better than Haaland this week. But it brings me back round to this whole thing of what I find really funny is that there are so many people out there. I'm sorry, Vince, but you were one of them. And you said you wanted to back Rashford, but you're basically going with the crowd with Haaland. There's many, many people out there that do exactly the same. Effective ownership. Oh, God. Effective ownership. Who gives a fuck? The same people then complain and go, I wish I... That's one of my most hated lines. Even though I say it myself. I wish I capped this player because I knew I was going to do it all along. Why didn't you then? Like I said, I'm a hypocrite for saying that anyway. It's like when I said to Vince last night, always play a player from a premium team in defence. So in this case, I said, why are you benching Robertson? He's a premium team player. What happens? His double Newcastle defence falls flat and Robertson comes through with a clean sheet. But certainly in my rivalry with Jason, I've caught up with him by 10 points. So the margin is down to 77 points. You know, like I said, from an overall ranking perspective, I'd like to think that, you know, it will give me enough where I get I get out of the million club. But certainly, moving forward, I've already done my. I'm not going to reveal what I've done. I've already done my transfers. I just don't care. I think sometimes it's like Vince actually said. The reason why Vince said he's doing so well, I'm paraphrasing, is because he just follows his own advice. He just blocks out all the noise and he goes with his own gut instinct. And I've done my moves already. I said to Jason this morning, done it. I've done it. There was someone on Twitter earlier that said, I'm on the same thought process as you, Steve-O. I've done my transfers already. Yeah, just do it. Cares. And you know, and it is quite a dark subject matter, you know, that people take this game a bit too seriously. You could argue I'm one of them. But I don't really take the game. It's more the rivalry point of view that I take seriously. Not the game itself. If I took the game seriously, I'd be interested in the whole statistical data and all this nonsense. I genuinely could not give a toss about any of that. But the rivalry standpoint with Jason, fuck yeah. Or with the Torbay Elite. Or in this case, this season, the Moderator League. Because like I said, the people in the Moderator League are very good players. Got a lot of respect for the guys. I'm not suggesting for a minute I don't have any respect for the Members League or the Rivals League, the YouTube Chat League. I do. You guys are freaks of nature. I've said that a billion times. There's no way in a million years I'm ever going to be coming close to the top 4 in any of those leagues. But in the competitive leagues like the Torbay Elite or the Moderator League this year, even though my man Dylan is about 100 points clear of me and Jason in seconds, 70 odd points clear of me, the point we're standing is that it's like Jason made a point, I think he was on air, I'm sure it was on air, about the fact that, look, you probably find that the mini leagues that you're interested in are the ones that are more competitive. Yes, me and Jason will talk about the Members League, the Rivals League, and the YouTube Chat League, but we'll bring them up. But from my perspective, I have no passion towards it from my point of view. You know, because it's just not competitive for me. From my own standpoint, and people watching this, you're all in the same boat. Let's not beat about the bush here. You can't lie to yourself and go, no, he's got a point there. More to the point. No, he's not. He's speaking shit. If people only cared about overall rank, don't join these mini leagues then. But as we all know, the reason why people enjoy FPL is because of those mini league rivalries and all this malarkey. But yeah, like I say, when Rashford scored, or more specifically when that VAR came in, I thought, oh God, here we go. I bet you know, knowing my luck, it's going to be offside. Thankfully, an extremely tight call. I mean, it was a usual thing of a hairline, which I find ridiculous, but absolute gold dust. And yeah, like I said, I just feel justified in my own decision making. I'm just really looking forward to the next deadline, which is this Friday, me and Jason will be doing a deadline stream. I'm really looking forward to that because Jason's going to be doing his moves. He's already told me, give or take, one player that he's bringing in. Same as me. I've kind of already worked out he's probably going to be doing a -4. Same as me. So, yeah. Basically, one of Jason's basically done the same moves as me. I won't have a clue until next week, Friday, basically, when we're both live on air doing the show, which should be a lot of fun. Because like I said, when me and Jason stream together, I just find it so much more enjoyable. Anyhow, as ever, thanks for supporting the show. Cheers for listening in, and hopefully this second half between Tottenham and West Ham, I can see it being literally 1-0 either way or 1-1